Hello coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts, welcome back to NT Coins World, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins. If you're a collector or just getting started, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about some of the most top 2 remarkable Lincoln pennies that every collector should know about. 1973 D. Lincoln penny and 1979 D. Lincoln penny. We'll explore their history, design, mintage, errors, and current market value. So, make sure to stay until the end. You never know when you might have a rare gem hiding in your collection. Let's jump right in. The 1973 D. Lincoln penny is one of the interesting coins of the early 1970s, minted during a time of economic changes and discussions about the future of US coinage. This coin carries the Denver mintmark D and is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. By 1973, the United States was experiencing economic challenges, including rising inflation and discussions about the cost of producing pennies. Copper prices fluctuated, and there were debates on whether to switch to aluminum cents to reduce production costs. In fact, the US Mint produced aluminum pattern cents in 1973, but these never made it into circulation. Against this backdrop, the 1973 D. Lincoln penny was struck with its traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc tin composition, a standard that had been in place since 1962. The coin's historical significance lies in being among the last pennies before the material change in 1982, when the mint transitioned to zinc core cents due to the rising cost of copper. Like other Lincoln pennies of its era, the 1973 D. Lincoln cent features a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" above Lincoln's head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1973 with the Denver D. mintmark below it. The iconic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which replaced the original wheat ears design in 1973-1959. The inscriptions "United States of America" above, "E Pluribus Unum" in the center, and 1 cent at the bottom. This classic design remained unchanged until 2008, when the Mint introduced special bicentennial reverses for Lincoln's 200th birthday in 2009. The Denver Mint produced a significant number of these pennies. The total mintage for the 1973 D. Lincoln penny was approximately 3,549,576,588 coins, making it one of the more common pennies from the 1970s. With such a high mintage, this coin is widely available in circulation, but that doesn't mean all are created equal. Some high-grade specimens and error coins hold significant value among collectors. The value of a 1973 D. Lincoln penny depends on its condition. Circulated condition G to VF. These coins are typically worth face value 1 cent, as they are very common. Uncirculated MS60 to MS65. Higher grade examples range from 50 cents to $5, depending on eye appeal. Gem uncirculated MS66 to MS67. These can fetch $25 to $150, with MS67 examples being particularly sought after. Highest grades MS68 plus rare, but valuable, with some reaching over $1,000 at auctions. Certain errors and varieties can make the 1973 D. Lincoln penny highly collectible. Here are some notable ones. Doubled die obverse, DDO. Some 1973-D pennies exhibit doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." These can range from $50 to over $500 depending on the severity of the doubling. Doubled die reverse. DDR less common than the DDO, but some examples show doubling on the words 1 cent or United States of America. Off-center strikes. Coins struck off-center by 5 to 10% can fetch $10 to $50, while those with more extreme misalignment, 50% or more, can reach $100 plus, depending on details. Clipped plancher. If the coin's edge is missing a portion due to a mistake in the plancher cutting process, It can be worth $10 to $100. By error. This variety features a small die break between the B and E in Liberty, creating the appearance of an extra letter. These are popular with error collectors and range from $5 to $50. Collectors seek out the 1973 D Lincoln penny primarily in high grades or with errors. Because it is a copper coin, its long-term value is also tied to the price of copper, making it a fascinating piece from a numismatic and metal value standpoint. Additionally, full red RD specimens are more valuable than brown BN or red-brown RB coins. A well-preserved RD example in MS67 plus condition is the most desirable among collectors. The 1973 D Lincoln penny is a classic piece from an era of change in US coinage. While common in lower grades, its value increases significantly in high mint state condition and with notable errors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, checking your pocket change for these hidden gems could be worthwhile. The 1979 D Lincoln penny is a significant piece of US coinage history, minted at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States was transitioning into a new economic era. It was struck using the traditional 95% copper, 5% zinc tin alloy just 3 years before the US Mint switched to zinc-based cents in 1982. The late 1970s was a period of economic fluctuation in the United States, with rising inflation and increased metal costs influencing decisions about coin production. The US Mint was already discussing a material change for the penny due to the rising price of copper. At the time, the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was well established, having replaced the wheat ears design in 1959. The 1979 D penny was part of the last full decade of pure copper Lincoln cents before the transition to a zinc core in 1982. This makes it one of the last traditional copper pennies, adding historical value to the coin. The 1979 D Lincoln penny follows the standard Lincoln cent design used since 1909, with details as follows. The right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner in 1909. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" above Lincoln's head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1979 with the D mint mark Denver below it. The Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which replaced the wheat ears design in 1959. The inscriptions "United States of America" at the top, a pluribus unum above the memorial, and 1 cent at the bottom. The Lincoln Memorial design was used on pennies until 2008, making the 1979 D a part of a long tradition in US coinage. The Denver Mint produced a massive 4,139,357,254 Lincoln cents in 1979. This makes the 1979 D Lincoln penny a very common coin, still widely available in circulation today. Because of its high mintage, this coin is generally easy to find in lower grades. However, uncirculated examples, especially in MS67 or higher, can still hold significant collector value. The 1979 D Lincoln penny's value varies based on condition, circulated condition, GVF worth face value, 1 cent, due to its high mintage, uncirculated MS60 to MS65, typically sells for 50 cents to $5 depending on luster and strike quality. Gem, uncirculated MS66 to MS67, can be worth $10 to $20, $50, with MS67 examples being especially desirable. Highest grades, MS68 plus, very rare, but when found, they can sell for $500 to over $1,000 at auctions. While the 1979 D penny is common, high-quality examples graded MS67 or higher are difficult to find due to natural wear, weak strikes, and toning. While the 1979 D Lincoln penny does not have as many well-known varieties as some other years, there are still a few notable errors that increase its value. Doubled die obverse, DDO. Some pennies exhibit noticeable doubling in inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. These can range from $50 to over $500 depending on the severity of the doubling. Double die reverse DDR. Although less common, some 1979 D pennies show doubling in the lettering United States of America, or 1 cent off-center. Strikes. Pennies struck 5 to 10% off-center can be worth $10 to $50, while those with more extreme misalignment, 50% or more, can reach $100 plus if the date remains visible. Clipped planche. A mistake in the planche cutting process can lead to a missing section on the coin's edge. These can be worth $10 to $100 depending on severity and completeness of the clip. By error. A small die break between the B and E in Liberty creates what looks like an extra letter. These can range from $5 to $50, depending on prominence. The 1979-D Lincoln penny is a popular coin among collectors, primarily for high-grade examples and error coins. Because it is one of the last copper pennies, it also has a slight advantage in long-term collectability compared to later zinc cents. Full red RD specimens are the most desirable, as they retain their original copper luster. Red-brown RB and brown BN coins are worth less, but can still be collectible in high grades. Collectors also appreciate error varieties, especially double dies and off-center strikes. Since billions of these coins were minted, common examples are worth little, but a perfectly preserved MS-67 or higher specimen can command premium prices. The 1979 D Lincoln penny is a classic from an era of economic change in the United States. While common in circulation, high-grade uncirculated examples and rare errors make it a sought-after coin for collectors. Whether you're a casual enthusiast or a serious numismatist, keeping an eye out for well-preserved 1979 D pennies could be rewarding. Do you have a 1979 D Lincoln penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1973 D Lincoln penny and 1979 D Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more in-depth coin analysis. We cover rare coins, valuable errors, and everything you need to know about numismatics. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore another top Lincoln penny coin you should watch out for. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.